Hi guys, welcome to the Infinite Meme Machine podcast, a Destiny podcast about Destiny. I'm your host, God, and joining me is my other host, God.
Hello, I am God.
How are you doing today, God?
Pretty good. Just being omniscient, telling all my followers what to do. It's a pretty good day.
Oh, I just made them and let them do their own thing.
So careless.
I mean, it's kind of fun, though.
Maybe watching chaos is more preferable to controlling everything.
Gives me a lot more time to play Destiny.
You know what? You're right.
And if anyone would like to worship me, you can refer to me as Jan or Matt in your prayers.
And if you would like to worship me instead, you can refer to me as Joe or Haltall.
Yeah, and again, welcome to the show. If you haven't already, please tell your friends about us because word of mouth is huge for podcasts. And despite being omniscient, we are still good enough gods that we are not going to force our podcast on anyone. Joe.
Yeah.
Have you been iced?
A lot more than I would like.
I haven't played any PvP yet.
Don't.
But I'm a warlock.
Don't.
But I'm a warlock.
Oh, man.
And apparently I have an infinite super that I didn't know about. I didn't even look at it. How does the glitch work?
I don't know. Some weird input jank.
Oh. Isn't it always?
Apparently it's like how Infinite Dawnblade was.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, remember Hammers in D1 when they first came out?
Yes.
That was still the funnest glitch ever.
Hammers in D1 is still probably the most excited I've ever been for a super.
Yeah. Hey, I like how we're already talking about D1 in our Beyond Light episode.
Well, you know.
Guys, Beyond Light is out. We have Ice now. Varix is back. The Stranger is back. Eris and Drifter are there too. And Zavala says things. It is so painfully obvious that they couldn't get Gina Torres back to record.
Yeah. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's rough. Like at this point, Zavala is basically the Vanguard.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully they get her back. Maybe for another season. Maybe she'll have an opening and they can get her in next season.
Yeah.
I'm glad at least Lance Reddick loves the game and I'm sure loves to do the voice acting for it.
He really does seem to just love the hell out of being Zavala.
Yeah.
But
yeah, he looks like he has fun doing it.
Yeah, like I don't want to theorize about things I'm not remotely qualified to theorize about, but I hope whatever is preventing them from being able to actually get Gina Torres back for Ikora, that it gets fixed soon, because I like having Ikora as an actual character that exists and not a motionless NPC.
Yeah, I'm sure it's one of or a combination of COVID, scheduling, and money. It's one or some of those three things. If I had to guess, it's probably the first two.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it's a money problem. I mean, they spend a lot on good voice acting already.
Yeah. We're for clarity for everyone. Get it? Clarity. We're not going to be talking too much about the story. We're going to avoid spoilers. There might be some stuff from the very beginning or so of it, but if you're absolutely positively trying to avoid spoilers and somehow haven't played the story and stuff yet, you can just stop listening now because we might slip up. But you have an ally in me because I haven't played much of it either. I finished the main story and a little bit of the post story, but that's about it because I haven't had time. Joe, how about you?
I am well through having done everything except some of the stasis stuff on my first character, and I'm on to my second one. The grind continues.
Did you already get your Powerfuls and Pinnacles this week?
Yeah.
I need to do that. I think I'm going to try tonight to get as many more of my Powerfuls and Pinnacles in my Warlock so I can do my Titan and Hunter over the weekend.
Yeah, I did everything except playing comp on my first character.
Yeah.
But I had enough PvP for now, and I am ready to swap characters. Have you gotten Salvation Script yet?
No, I need to work on that too.
Oh my god, you need to do yourself a favor and get Salvation Script. Not because of the gun. The gun is okay. Fun, but okay. The quest, however, to get Salvation Script is amazing.
Yeah.
It is easily one of my favorite things with the whole expansion so far.
I will keep working on it then.
But yeah, PvP is bullshit. I hate stasis. I want it to go away forever. It makes the game unfun.
I've been experiencing a lot of this stuff over DTG, the Destiny subreddit, and that's been about the vibe I've gotten, is that everyone is already pretty much over stasis.
Yeah, I was fully ready for there to be some growing pains with stasis. But the one thing I just didn't think about at all is the fact that stasis abilities freeze you so easily in PvP, and they just they ruin your life.
Yeah, they really do.
I mean, like, you've got a grenade that tracks you and instantly freezes you if it touches you. And pretty much the way it works is if you get frozen, you just die.
Yep. Welcome to the circus.
Yeah, it may as well just be an instant kill grenade. Like, I just...
Yeah,
that's
the vibe I've been getting from everything.
Yeah. Really fun in PvE, though. Really, really fun in PvE. And not remotely busted.
I mean, maybe a little bit, though, right?
I mean, the Warlock's being broken, yes, but outside of that bug where you get to stay in your super indefinitely, no, they're good ad clear.
Yeah.
But everything in Destiny is good ad clear, right?
Yeah.
So, what's the point?
These are a uniquely fun type of ad clear.
True. I think if any of them are, better than the rest, it's probably the Hunter Super.
Why's that?
Because you throw it, forget about it, and it just does work while you also do work. It's like Tether, essentially.
Okay. I'll have to play with it.
Yeah.
Because I think, as I said, I only have been on my Warlock so far, so...
Yeah, the storm that it kicks up just tears through and just freezes everything.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I'm excited to try it.
Yeah, and honestly, I think one of the places where stasis is best is when everyone's using it and you're all just breaking everything. So, Titans, one of the, I don't know if you've gotten it yet, one of the aspects, the first aspect that Titans give them an enhanced slide that is broken as all hell, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
You haven't gotten it yet, but, no. So if a normal slide... So you know when you land into the tower, there's that ramp that's immediately in front of you?
Yes.
Okay. So if a normal slide goes a little over halfway down that ramp, this slide, if you pair it with something like Antaeus, goes all the way down the ramp.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
And it's fast.
So you do it in the same amount of time it takes you to slide half the distance?
Yeah, essentially. Ooh. You have not shotgun aped until you've shotgun aped with this.
Okay, I like it.
Especially when you pair it with Antaeus, because people aren't ready for it yet, right?
Well, you know what's going to throw off too is good snipers. As one.
Oh yeah.
people who slide around corners are the easiest things ever to snipe because it's just such a predictable movement. And now there's a wrench in that works.
Yeah, because what the slide does is it, on top of extending your slide to a ridiculous amount, it also lets you slide through frozen enemies and just crystals in general and shatter them.
Yummy.
So like it's that plus Salvation's Grip is wicked fun. But yeah, I mean, you cover so much distance so quickly. Like everyone is within shot. When you have this setup, like everyone on the map is within shotgun ape distance. Like there's almost no hallway too long, no angle that's good enough. Like you cannot
No mountain
play
high enough.
Like you
What about a
cannot
valley low
play
enough?
at the same distances that you would have before to avoid it. So it's stuff like
Okay.
that. Like there is so much about stasis that's so powerful. It's not just the freezing. It's kind of well, most of it's the freezing. But but I mean even something like that. Like the minute you try it, you'll understand. Like
Okay.
just covering that distance
Yeah,
in that little time
I'll get there.
is
I'll get
unlike
there.
anything else that we've had in the game.
I believe in me. I'll get there.
It doesn't take too long.
Nah, probably not. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we didn't write down show notes, so this is kind of really freeform. What do we talk about now?
Have you had a chance to look at some of the new guns?
I've gotten a couple of them.
Have you seen what the new perks are?
Yeah, I have on the shotgun that Varix gave me. I got dual loader.
Oh,
Which-
I haven't gotten that yet. Is that garbage or is it actually good?
I haven't played with it yet.
Oh, oh no.
else?
For anyone who doesn't know, what dual loader does is it absolutely nukes your reload speed, but every time you reload, you load in 2 shots instead of 1.
Yeah. Seems like it'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm really curious to get my hands on that. What else have you played with?
You mean new perk wise?
Uh-huh.
Nothing. All the other guns I've got have had old perks.
That's a shame. So
yeah. Well, I haven't been able to play much, so
I've played with Surplus a bit.
yeah.
Surplus is really fun. So Surplus is increased handling, reload speed, and stability for each fully charged ability. Honestly, I don't think it's that good because you should be regardless of what activity you're in, you should essentially be using all your abilities all the time.
Yeah.
But when you have this up, like guns feel really good when you have it maxed out. It's kind of ridiculous. Then there is Wellspring, which is Demolitionist, but for all abilities at the same time.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, so whenever you get a kill with Wellspring, what it does is it gives you ability energy, but it divides it between all your uncharged abilities. So it has... I haven't tested it side by side yet, but it feels like it has the exact same... it gives you the exact same amount of energy that Demolitionist does.
Ugh.
But like I said, it can split across all 3.
Yeah.
So
I like that too because I was a day or two ago I was actually wishing for Demolitionist buff for melee.
Yeah. It's honestly you spend a lot of time in Beyond Light doing quests where you have to get ability kills with stasis.
Yeah.
Wellspring is great for that because there aren't a lot of ways to. I mean, abilities can only come back but so fast, right? And when you're having to essentially just run around patrol zones, killing dudes the same way over and over and over again, you can get your abilities faster. It makes it, feel less awful. So Wellspring is a really good one to look out for. And especially something that's really interesting about the weapons, again, this season, there aren't a lot of damage perks.
Which I'm fine with.
No,
cool
I
stuff
am
that
too.
helps us with builds, give it to me.
Yeah, Bungie is very clearly continuing to move away from damage perks. There are a few guns that do get them, but I don't think there's a single gun that has a damage perk, reload perk combo in this expansion.
Yeah.
Maybe among the raid guns. I haven't seen them yet, so I don't know. But unless I'm misremembering, I don't think there's a single gun that has it. Another thing, and that's not including, like, Vorpal Weapon doesn't count. Because, yeah, Vorpal Weapon technically does more damage against bosses, vehicles, and other guardians when their super's active. But, yeah, no, that doesn't count. Bad Juju is a legendary gun now.
Wait, what?
There's a new perk called Thresh, where killing combatants gives you super energy.
I
So,
don't even have a bad juju in my vault.
you dismantle it?
Yeah, I never used it. I used
yeah.
it in D1.
Bad Juju's fun, but it's not the best archetype of pulse.
Yeah.
It always felt a little bit wonky to me in PvE. But I mean, it's still a really good gun. But yeah, so now we have Thresh, which rolls on a few of the on a few different guns. Like, I know you can get it on the new auto rifle, which you'll like because the new auto rifle is a 720.
Yes, I already knew I would like it. I'm excited.
I think it rolls on the fusion rifle. There's a new pulse rifle in the game called Stars and Shadows. I haven't seen it drop yet. I'm not sure exactly what it drops from. But it gets that too. But unfortunately, that also gets like 10,000 other perks. So getting a good roll on that's going to be a fucking nightmare.
Isn't it always, though?
Yeah. What else do we got? They added a new damage perk to the game. It's called One for All, where hitting 3 separate targets increases damage for, quote, a moderate duration.
Oh, I know. When I was looking through inventory stuff, I saw there was like a perk on a gun that you can preview, and I noticed it. I'm like, oh, that looks like it'd be fun.
Yeah,
Be a great hand cannon perk, because I love this, like, the boom, 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 like turning and tapping 3 different dudes.
Yeah, I sadly haven't gotten it yet, so I don't know how good it is.
Did
I
you
haven't
happily get it?
I will be very happy when I get it. But yeah, so I have no idea if it's good or bad, but I'm very eager to get it. So obviously, they aren't here yet because Iron Banner hasn't come. But so I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast. But I have my eye on 150 RPM scout rifles because of what their TTK is going to be in this current sandbox.
Yeah. Okay, you got my attention.
Okay, so we knew that one of the weapons we were getting this season was a 120 hand cannon, which the early word I've gotten is that 120 hand cannons fuck in PvP right now.
Oh, yeah?
They're mapping people.
Oh, yeah?
Ace of Spades is very much back as well. Again, for the same reason. It's just mapping people when it has Memento Mori up. But the guiding sight is the other new Iron Banner weapon this season. The 150 Scout. And what is really interesting about it to me is so remember Iron Grip and Iron Gaze?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Iron Grip I think is a really good perk, specifically on like forward path, because you don't really need the reload speed, and especially if you play on controller, that stability is really nice. Iron Gaze has kind of been considered the weaker of the two because of how significantly it nerfs range. But if there are any guns in the game that can survive that range nerf, it's probably scout rifles. So we won't know until we get our hands on this thing and we can actually test it. But minus 40 range might not hurt a scout rifle that much.
No,
And it gets
shouldn't.
an additional 20 aim assist.
Tell you, my opening shot snapshot scholar is sitting there ready and waiting.
Yeah. So if the changes to aim assist that scout rifles got actually do make them somewhat better, there is a potential role here where you could get, unfortunately it doesn't get snapshot, but it does get quick draw.
Okay.
So a quick draw iron gaze guiding sight might be kind of spicy. It does get a really good low zoom scope, which will add 15 to the handling. Unfortunately, it doesn't really get any other handling boosts other than that.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a little bit of trouble there. You can counteract some of the range drop off with high cal armor piercing or ricochet. That doesn't exactly cut it that much shorter, but hey, it's something.
Yeah. Take what you can get.
But I am very, very excited to see how this gun actually plays. That's one thing I haven't been able to do in PvP yet because I've been spending so much time being fucking frozen. Is using a 150 scout rifle. And
I'll do it.
Yeah, you do it for me. Tell me how good it is.
It'll be good. Trust
I
me.
need someone who's actually good at PvP to tell me.
I like scouts. I like scouts.
But yeah, no, I am. Oh, there's so much stuff. Oh, another thing. Have you started getting Adored yet?
Yeah, I have to do more strikes.
Adored is really good.
Is it?
It's really good.
Is Beloved back?
Yeah, essentially.
Nice.
Like it is definitely.
Here's the problem.
Can it
one shot supers?
It can.
Wait, does it have Vorpal?
It has Vorpal.
Snapshot Vorpal?
No, you have to pick between Snapshot or Vorpal.
All right, it's garbage. I'm gonna continue using my I've Soul then.
I mean, yeah, you should. But they're different slots. Because I have Soul is kinetic, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine with me because I've been saving two Jack Queen Kings for 3 seasons now, waiting for their time to shine.
Finally get to use them.
Yep.
They
if
have what,
140's
one
good.
season left, and
Yeah.
then they're sunset.
Well, no, Season of Dawn. So yeah.
Yeah, one season. Oh, sad.
No, so in that time, I gotta find another 140 to replace it.
Yeah, Adored gets for anyone who doesn't know yet, Adored gets triple tap and Vorpal, or like triple tap or Killing Wind and Vorpal or Snapshot as its perks. So
why didn't they swap Killing Wind and Snapshot?
Because they didn't want to make the gun too powerful, I would assume.
All right, well then I'll just keep using my apparently overpowered Eye of Soul.
Yeah, I know that's a stupid argument. Look, I had to reach for something.
Yeah.
Snapshot Killing Wind is a really compelling combination, though. Killing Wind is a very, very good perk. Did you know when Killing Wind is active, it actually the mobility increase actually reduces your dodge cooldown?
Oh, it does?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It actually increases your mobility.
I have some guns with it, but I never really played with it.
Yeah, Killing Wind is disgusting.
What was I about to check?
The only problem with a perk like Killing Wind is that it is not as useful in, say, trials. You're going to get a lot more use of it in comp and in sixes, but it is still very good. And especially if you want to use a more aggressive, constant movement sniper playstyle, Adored is going to be very, very good for you.
Okay. Well, I will definitely keep one in my back pocket for sure.
Yeah. There is one other perk that I want to touch on because I think it's funny. We have a new perk called Chain Reaction, that you can get on the 2 new grenade launchers this season, as well as the rocket, where if you kill something, it creates an additional explosion. So now we have Dragonfly, but for boom guns. So that's interesting.
Spicy.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I know a lot of people have been complaining a lot about the amount of weapons in the loot pool.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can't really say they're wrong. But one thing that I think shouldn't be lost in that, because I mean, I think those criticisms are valid. I don't want to say they're not. But what I don't want to get lost in those criticisms is how much there is to love with the weapons that we do have. There is a lot of potentially really great stuff, and a lot of stuff that is definitely really good that is in the loot pool this season. That I think
it's
people should be excited for.
Yeah, and it's something Destiny, the game, DTG, the Destiny subreddit have been complaining about, is how there's no new loot. It's like, we don't really need it right now. Like, I'm fine with the guns we got. I want to get these cool new perks. Maybe I'll feel differently halfway through the season, but for right now, I'm like, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I mean,
they can't just keep cranking out new guns. I'd rather them give me a handful of new guns each season, and then spend your time making more seasons so that there's always something to do.
Yeah, there are a couple things that I think are kind of like problematic with how sunsetting works right now.
Yeah.
So we have 2 destinations that are very important content-wise. Well, 3 actually that are very important content-wise. The Moon, and soon to be, starting with Season of the Hunt, Tangled Shore and Dreaming City, again.
Thank God.
So we can talk about how important the Moon is or isn't content-wise now, since it's, a full year old at this point. Really, though, that gear is only relevant for new players. But for a new player to come to the game and to play through Shadowkeep and get loot that will never help them is not good.
No, not at all.
And for those of us that will be returning to the Tangled Shore in Dreaming City for Season of the Hunt, the loot there is irrelevant.
Oh yeah?
Like all of the Dreaming City guns are in armor.
Yeah, you're right. I hate it.
Yeah.
Actually, I love some of the Dreaming City stuff. I don't care what anyone says. Tiger Spite is a fun gun.
Yeah, but it's a 450,
I want it
so
back.
it sucks.
You're right. It's not a bullet hose. I want my bullet hose.
But I mean,
I want my bullets not to be addressed to a specific enemy, but to whom it may concern.
Like, we're going to be spending a lot of time in those at least on the Dreaming City and Tangled Shore. I'm not sure how much we'll spend.
But will
time
those
on
even
the
be
Moon.
world drops there, or will it would just be from the world drop pool?
No, we have no idea what loot's going to be tied to Season of the Hunt yet. There was they put out a new trailer for Season of the Hunt today. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. It's really cool. It doesn't really show us much new, though we do get to see Hawkmoon again. And well, I'll touch on that in a minute. But I mean, if you're spending time in those destinations, I feel like you're also encouraged to do the other things those destinations have to offer. But everything else those destinations have to offer doesn't give you loot that matters. and to me, that's the problem. So sunsetting is like this. I feel like they had the idea where sunsetting, like when you get a gun, you should know how long it's going to last. And I feel like that's a really good thing. But we're also running into this problem where where just you have these destinations that are being used and loot that's not relevant. And that doesn't work either. So they have to find some way to bridge that gap.
Like, why didn't they bring the Dreaming City guns back up?
I don't know.
Or maybe they will in a week.
Yeah, I mean well, I don't know how easy of a fix it is for them to do that on their end, but it is something that they should probably do. One of the things that's going to continue to be frustrating for players is whenever weapons and armor get brought back up, it's probably going to be new versions that you have to grind for.
Yup. Looking at you, gnawing hunger.
Yeah, so that's going to continue to be a pain point for a lot of players, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they really should have brought up the loot for those destinations. I really don't know why they didn't. It's just, it's really unfortunate, and it's going to continue to bug players for a long time unless Bungie happens to change their mind.
Yeah. So tell me about Hawkmoon.
Okay, so we have to take this with a grain of salt for two reasons. One, because we don't have the gun yet. And two, because Bungie makes their guns look way better than they may be.
Okay.
But in the trailer for Season of the Hunt, we see Hawkmoon in Crucible kill a dude, get a damage boost, and then one-tap somebody.
Yep, that is what I saw.
I am very scared.
What if the perk is just called Make Your Own Luck in the Chamber?
Guardians make their own luck.
In the chamber.
Yeah, I don't know.
Either.
I am I am concerned.
I mean, I'll give it a shot.
I feel like there's no way Bungie would put a hand cannon in the game that could one-tap somebody.
I mean, this is the same people that put Mountaintop in the game.
Yeah, but this is also the same people who looked at Luna's Howl and Not Forgotten and said, "Not in my house," and then freaking cut their nuts off.
And then never gave them back.
Yeah.
Oof. You had to bring that up.
Shout out to everyone who's able to purchase Not Forgotten now who never got it.
Bought Forgotten Re. Yeah, I'm excited to play more Beyond Light. I think I like the story stuff, but I do have to grind for this day one rating.
Yeah.
Because for once, I think I might be one of the lower light people on the team.
I will say, for all of the problems that there seem to be with this content release, and I do think there are a lot of balancing issues around stasis. I don't think it's oh, here's this new thing that we're not used to, everyone get mad at it. I think stasis is genuinely broken in a lot of ways.
Yeah. And we expected it. Like,
I didn't expect it to be this broken. This goes beyond like what my worst case scenario was, to be honest.
really?
Yeah, it's bad. The minute you step into a PvP match with it, you'll understand. It's ugly. But as unfortunate as things are on the PvP side, for the PvE players, I feel like there's a lot to love with this season, even if there's not as much loot. Stasis is so much fun to play with, even if it's not the best thing in the world in PvE. The story is absolutely phenomenal. Europa is an amazing location.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
So,
hey, how long did you how long did it take you before you drew a dick in the snow?
the minute the first time I realized that I could make things in the snow was right outside the hut in Beyond in the first mission, and I immediately drew a giant penis.
I did it in the Eventide Ruins. You know what else I noticed is that if you pack the snow down enough, it stops packing down and your footprints show up like normal.
Oh, really?
And it's kind of a cool detail, yeah.
Can we talk about how great the storms are?
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Oh my god, I love them so much.
You legitimately do need like thermal imaging. They
Oh,
weren't kidding.
it's so good, man.
Yeah.
I love it. And I know there have been a couple hiccups with the new lighting stuff. I know people have been complaining about
The
how
new experience was pretty good, I thought. I played
No,
through
no. The new lighting.
New lighting. Yeah, tower looks weird. And EDZ looks like it's foggy.
Some of the people have been having trouble on some of the PvP maps.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
not great.
No. But everywhere else it looks fucking amazing.
Yeah.
There's like it's been this thing. So
What's different about the tower? We couldn't put our finger on it.
lighting wise,
Yeah.
well, everything's a lot. There's the lighting. It seems like ambient lighting is lower, and rays are like I'm probably like I don't know the proper way to explain this, so I'm just kind of winging it. But it feels like the overall brightness of locations is down, but
Yeah.
the like the rays are brighter, and you get more like glare and stuff like that.
Okay. I mean that sure. Good explanation as any.
Yeah, well, so like one of the things that's always kind of like so, for example, do you remember the first time you loaded into Taken King, and you loaded in on Phobos, and it looked so cool,
Yeah.
and then you load into the rest of the game, and it doesn't look that cool?
Yeah.
The whole game looks like it did when you loaded into Phobos for the first time now.
Why did Phobos look so cool?
It was just lighting.
Yeah.
They just lit it differently. I have adored the lighting aesthetic that they've used in a lot of story missions, and then they like move away from that when you're in the open world. And
yeah.
I've never quite understood why. I mean, maybe there's a good reason, and maybe I'm just stupid. But I adore the way the game looks now. Like it's so
Yeah, it is very pretty, and it was already
Yeah.
a very pretty game.
Yeah, I have been playing with my graphical settings cranked up since the season started.
Yeah.
Because normally, for performance reasons and because I'm constantly running instant replay in the background, I have my settings cranked down. I have all of that turned off and my settings just cranked just so I can see how gorgeous everything is.
Yeah,
and
it's
it has
incredible.
been so worth it.
And we still got more coming. Like, there's story happening now, but, in a couple days, the Crow's going to show up and he's going to tell us to go do things and we're going to go do it. And we're going to get loot.
Yeah.
Speaking of loot, though, I want to go get some. So let's close this out.
Yeah, sadly. I also.
Go play Beyond Light.
Yes.
See it for
please.
yourself.
Stop listening to us. Go play Beyond Light, or listen to us while you're playing Beyond Light.
That's even better. This has been a short one. Thanks for listening, everybody. I've been Jan. If you want to check out our show, you can follow us on Twitter at MeMachineCast. You can also follow me at MattRossVO or on Twitch and YouTube at Jan Jinkle.
And if you would like to see me anywhere else, you can find me on Twitter at How Tall It Would, and I also stream on Twitch, also at How Tall It Would. So yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. I love you. You gonna say bye, Joe?
Bye, Joe.